The Independent Electoral Commission in the Northwest says it's all systems go for the final lap of voter registration weekend. The Provincial Electoral Officer, Dr. Tumelontle Tiba, says measures are in place in various municipalities to assist voters with disabilities as well as senior citizens. Our reporter, Refiloe Seboko, brings us this report.
Final voters registration this Saturday and Sunday, and IEC has a program for voters with disabilities, senior citizens and residents at various nursing homes. But allow me to welcome Dr. Tiba to talk to us about that program. Saying thank you so much and welcome to Newzroom Afrika. When we're talking about the IEC's program of voters with disabilities, senior citizens, please talk to us more about that.
We take the sector very seriously because it is a very active sector. Even if we thought about ignoring them, we do not have a chance because they really understand and know their rights. So generally, whether it's election year, election preparation year, or just an ordinary year, we have almost permanent programs for the people with disability sector. We even have a project that is named for the people with disabilities. Now, there are 5 major ways of us interacting with the sector. The first one is that during heightened activity time, in other words, during election preparation and during election year, we appoint a minimum of 20 municipal outreach coordinators who are specifically meant to look after the interest of the sector. We get invitations, for instance, if they want us to go and register a number of people in facilities, we do that. If they want any form of voter education for the sector, we do that through the municipal outreach coordinators, otherwise known as MOCs. Now, we also make sure that as much as possible for the democracy education facilitators, we also get people with disabilities so they know what it is that the sector will need. In that way, we are responsive to the sector's needs rather than just us deciding what it is that we think they could be in need of.
I want us to talk about the requirements when we are looking at this voter registration weekend for those with special needs that will need to be visited to their homes to be able to register to vote. What is it that the IEC needs as requirement for them to be visited to their homes?
We do not visit people with special needs or disabilities during major registration weekends. We only have 2 registration weekends, registration weekend 1 and registration weekend 2. Those major events, we focus on voting stations. But before or shortly after the 2 major registration weekends, we respond to invitations to go to homes, for instance, if the clients that we're looking for are in specialized homes, such as senior citizen homes or homes for designated for people with disabilities. All they have to do is be citizens. It is very important because it is citizens, not ordinary residents who vote. It is citizens who vote. So they have to be citizens of the Republic of South Africa, and 2, they must have an original copy of identification, be it a smart card ID or a green barcoded identity booklet. Or they could have a valid temporary identification certificate.
Thank you so much for your time, Dr. Tumelontle Tiba. She is the Electoral Officer for IEC in the Northwest Province, closing it off there about the state of readiness for the voter registration weekend. For Newzroom Afrika on Channel 405, I'm Refiloe Seboko in Mahikeng.